Hi, I'm Dawn Stevens with the Mom's Choice Awards. I have with me Harold Theurer, who's the author of Hey Dad, Let's Have a Catch. Welcome, Harold.
Thank you very much.
Glad to have you.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Glad to have you as an award winner. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, it started out, it's really in honor of my dad. He was a child of the Great Depression, worked 2 jobs all his life, yet every day he always managed to spend at least 10, 15 minutes playing catch with me. And that activity became the defining moment, or the defining activity in our relationship. When he passed away and my son was born 5 years later, and my son became a little older, and we started playing catch on our own, I found myself doing and saying all the things that my dad had done with me, with my son. So I decided to honor my father by writing an essay about it, which morphed into a children's book.
That's great. What morphed? How did the morphism happen?
I wrote the essay, and just reflecting about parenting and the importance of carrying on traditions. Put it away, took it out, started refining it a bit. I was reading some children's books to my son. Some of the children's books that I was reading to my son really didn't have that much of a parental message to it. So I decided to take a shot at actually writing a children's book. Well, long story short, I tried to go about it with the traditional way of writing to literary agents and getting a literary agent to actually present it to publishing companies. But their take on the message wasn't similar to the take that I had with my message. So I decided to self-publish. And it's been a terrific journey. I've found an audience with the book, or the book is actually finding its audience since inception, and it's been a wonderful journey.
It sounds wonderful. So its main message is just that we need to spend a little bit of time with our kids?
In an era in which children spend more time doing this with remote controls and parents doing the same thing with their BlackBerries, I'm really trying to become an advocate for more face-to-face contact between parents and children. It doesn't have to be playing catch. It could be, playing checkers, playing chess, a board game, reading to each other, going fishing. So it's not necessarily the actual activity, but an activity nonetheless, the face-to-face time.
Face-to-face.
And I think that's what's sorely lacking in our society today. Everybody's side by side, either in the car or parents are watching their children perform on an athletic field, but there's no real interaction. So the book is really a backdrop for something that I really feel strongly in. And while it does have a baseball message, I was invited the past 3 Father's Day weekends by the National Baseball Hall of Fame up in Cooperstown to do presentations about the book. And so that's made Father's Day the past 3 years extremely rewarding. So, and I'd never even thought about it once I wrote the book, that it would actually open the doors to Cooperstown to allow me to go up there and make presentations. But as I said, the book is finding an audience. It's not just a children's book. What I'm finding is that the parents, and it wasn't intentionally written like this, but the parents are actually, they're relating it to their childhood. And it seems to elicit the same emotional response in everybody that reads the book. And there's one particular page where man or woman, they'll read the book and it hits home. And I've been told that it should be something that every parent should read. It's not, I'm getting some positive feedback, because not only do children enjoy it, and it tells us a wonderful message for children, but it also reminds parents about what it takes to be a parent.
Right.
What I mean by that is, it doesn't require extravagant toys. It doesn't require an abundance of money. With my father and me, it was a 25-cent Spalding rubber ball and 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes a day.
So that's really the message.
That's great. Love it. Well, what are your future plans beyond now that you've won?
Well, I'm interested in marketing this book. I'm trying to create more of an advocacy program for face-to-face contact. I do have a follow-up book in the works, which is another weekend activity that I had with my father. So which also creates another life lesson. But for the most part, it's really delivering the message to parents that they should be face-to-face and see eye-to-eye with their children.
That's great. So where can we buy the book?
Barnes & Noble has been very supportive of the book. It's Amazon obviously carries it. My website is heydadthebook.com,
Okay.
where I personalize the books for anybody looking to personalize it as a gift. We had a local. This is a funny Mom's Choice story. When I received the email saying that it had received the gold seal, I was thrilled, and one of the first retailers that supported the book was a local bookstore in my neighborhood. So I went up to talk to the owners and let them know that their support, they weren't the only ones who saw value in the book. But when I went in to tell the owners, there was a young woman there with a 4-year-old daughter. So I said, Mom's Choice Award. Well, all of a sudden this woman out of nowhere says, who won a Mom's Choice Award? So I said, I did, my book did. She said, that's a big deal. I only buy books that have Mom's Choice seals.
That's great.
So I said, really? Oh yes, that's a wonderful seal that you received. I have to get the book now. So it's been very positive having the Mom's Choice logo on the book.
Thank you. Well, it's a wonderful product. We're happy to have our logo on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.